Hello and welcome back to the TeamMETA College Conference Spring Showdown. I, as always, will be your host, Austin, Asta, whatever you'd like to call me. And today we've got, you guessed it, another doubleheader for you. It's going to be the University of Central Missouri up against Fresno State Red. And after that, we will have Florida Atlantic University facing off against George Mason University. Four great teams going head-to-head here on the pitch, and I, for one, am excited to see what we're going to see as we jump into the match. I am more than excited to share with you that these teams are some of the best from around the nation, some of the best colleges in the country, and now we're going to see, are they going to prevail here in this match? We jump into the first game of the best of five. We have the University of Central Missouri on the blue and Fresno State Red over on the orange, and we're going to have to see which of these two teams will come out ahead. Bruck Danger already looking to try and get this one off the wall. Sinbad's actually the one to take the initial clear away, and Donker's just looking to make sure it doesn't find its way in, but Adrian able to smack it in, and what a play from the side of Fresno Red. They're just able to force that ball up against the back line of Missouri and just managed to slip it in. Oh, Adrian looking to get another one in there, but it's not going to connect. Sinbad trying to get it away. Donkers finally does. It's back over. Lay low trying to get himself back into the play. D. Scott in the back waiting, and now it's back over where D. Scott wants to try and get it out of the corner, but Donkers is forcing the issue. It's back over towards mid. Sinbad floats by, can't quite connect, and now this ball finds its way back over towards the Fresno side. It's now on the roof of Adrian's car, as it's still going to just be Bruck Danger looking to try and set something up. Laylo goes forward to fight him, does manage to force him off the ball. Sinbad tries to come through and take over, but it's not quite going to work out. 4 minutes left to play with. Fresno Red still leading with that first goal that they got within the first few seconds of gameplay. Back over to D. Scott now, who looks to try and clear it away. And it's back over now towards Sinbad and Donkers, and the ball centering itself straight up. Donkers tries to go forward and smack it in, but too many defenders, and the ball gets saved away. Sinbad still trying to set up something offensively, jumps off the wall, pre-flips it to try and just get an additional hit, and it's unfortunately not on target. So now it's back over. Bruck Danger wants to try and clear away, goes forward to meet an opponent sky high, but it's not quite going to work out. It's back over to Donkers. Doesn't quite manage to get it past Lay Low, and now Adrian's back into the play. He wants to try and set this up, but it's back away. Now it's over towards Sinbad, who wants to try and clear this back over into the blue side of the pitch, and it's just a fight for possession right now. After that first goal about 15 seconds in, we've seen nothing getting scored on anybody, but finally Sinbad is able to equalize it up. There's been so many shots from him and so many great opportunities provided by both him and his teammates that finally it feels deserved that they're able to get one in and equalize up this game. Donkers looking to make sure D. Scott can't get that ball any closer to the net, but Laylo's here trying to follow it up fast. He does manage to get it into the blue corner. Sinbad here to try and chase it away, but D. Scott not letting this ball out of his sight. He wants to go up, try to center it down. Adrian actually goes up to hit it right back into the blue corner, and now it's Donkers looking to try and get it away, looking to try and slip it in. He dribbles it past, but there's a defender in the way, and the ball Dutch quickly right back as Adrian's looking to try and win this pass. Sinbad aggresses, isn't able to steal the ball. Donkers, the last man back, has to deny that shot. He does, but the ball bouncing off the backboard. He's right back into the play. No boost. Actually manages to grab a full pad, and now Sinbad looking to block. Oh, Lay Low tries to just snipe it into the bottom left of net, but it's not able to find its way in. Donkers on the wall. Sinbad trying to follow. He is going to be the last man back, and he hits the connection. Can't hit the double, and Adrian's able to bump that away. Now it's straight back over, straight back towards Donkers, straight back towards this right wall, but Laylo's chasing it over. He wants to chase this into the corner, gets it past Sinbad. That's a center over towards D. Scott, but he's met high in an aerial 50, and he's not able to smack that one in. The final 100 seconds, and we're getting into golden goal territory, ladies and gentlemen, because there's only 1-1 on the scoreboard right now, and with 90 seconds, any goal now could seal the deal. Oh, Adrian tries to smack in that sealed deal, but it's not quite going to work out. Now it's back over. D. Scott just dribbling it across the goal, just making sure that he doesn't give up possession, but actually The side of Missouri is able to come in here and able to start putting a wrench in the works. They are trying just to deny any sort of shots coming out. Bruck Danger with an opportunity. D. Scott kills it over towards the right wall. Adrian's still here to follow, wants to try and get this back over to a teammate, but with no boost, he has to just get off. D. Scott comes in to take over, and now 50 seconds to play with this ball very close to the blue side net. Lay low tries to smack it in. It's over off the backboard, and now Donker's a very good scoring opportunity. He only has 10 boost, but he has a teammate in mid, Sinbad, waiting to receive that ball, sees that it's not going to come his way, goes back to try and redirect it towards net, and Lay low, stealing it back over towards the UCM goal. Fresno Red are desperate to try and end this in regulation, and they are trying to hammer in shot after shot, but nothing working out. D. Scott finally going to fire off a final shot back over before he has to fall back. Donkers just to hit it right back away over towards Adrian, and now it's Donkers with an opportunity to score. Lay low goes up, can't quite get the touch, but D. Scott's there to support. Sinbad in the corner finds the ball. Adrian's here with it as well. It's over on this wall. Adrian gets one final touch before dying, and he manages to keep it up high. D. Scott lobbing it back over towards Lay low. Bruck Danger finding it off of Donker's pass, and we're still in golden goal situation, ladies and gentlemen. We're at overtime situation as well, and oh my goodness, right before UCM can claim the winning goal, they go into overtime. Donkers finds the ball right near the net, though. D. Scott has to get a nice clear to get it out of harm's way, and now Bruck Danger looking to try and fight his way back into this. It's over towards the left crossbar. Doesn't manage to quite get out of harm's way, but Adrian's able to get his way back into that ball and able to start touching it away. Lay low, finding an opportunity. The ball right in front of the net, but Donkers fires it away. Adrian's still here. Bruck Danger has to clear. He does. D. Scott's already in this corner, waiting to try and jump onto the ball, though, and he has to try and play that one in and gets denied along the goal line. Adrian to follow, wants to play this, a double off the corner. He does manage to do it, but it's just a pass back over to Lay low, and Donkers is just trying to get this out of harm's way, but it's gonna be a fired off shot, and D. Scott snipes the game and the goal from the wall to take Fresno Red up to 1-0. Fresno State Red taking away game one in a tense overtime, and now we're going straight into game number 2, where Fresno Red take it. They will of course be up 2-0, and UCM looking just to try and equalize it up going into game number 3. Sinbad wants to take a shot. He gets it very close, almost gets the double touch, just redirect that one back into net, but it's not quite there. Adrian now has to come back up. Lay low trying to see if he can snipe it in. It's not quite going to connect, and now Bruck Danger just looking to bump it away. D. Scott waiting back, trying just to see how this ball is going to bounce out, how the clears are going to come, and Bruck Danger, he's the only one left with an aerial defender up as well to try and block it, and even still, Lay low is able to find his way all the way in and smack that one through. What a tight shot to get it into the bottom left of that net, but he manages to get that lead for Fresno State Red right off the bat. Adrian as well, just trying to block out every one of those angles from the aggressors. Lay low just to get this back over into the blue side of the pitch, and now Donker's looking to see if he can get this back over. Sinbad gonna fire off a shot. It's not quite on, but it is centered up, and it's not gonna connect. Adrian just looking to play this away. Lay low comes through to assist, does give it an additional little touch that gets it out of the way of Bruck Danger, and now it's Lay low having to fall back. He knows that there is a ball coming back towards this net, and Bruck fires off a shot that has to be saved by Lay low, floating across the goal line. Adrian setting him back up. Some back passes, a nice little pass upfield to get this in front of the net, but it doesn't find a shot. Donkers back on the ball. Now it's over towards the left wall. D. Scott tries to get that past and get it out of harm's way, but right now it's still just a fight over in this orange side corner. Adrian, he manages to boom that ball over towards the right side. Lay low, sees it going over off the backboard, just waiting to see exactly how this one will drop, but Bruck takes it into the corner. He wants to try and set this up into a teammate, and he does actually. Donkers is there, Donkers is ready, and he is certainly going to hit that shot straight inside the left crossbar to equalize the match up at 1-1. Now it's back over towards this right wall, where actually D. Scott, very nice positioning to get that ball passed and rolled along the ramp, but Sinbad already in front of the net with a very nice scoring opportunity. It's back over. D-Scott wants to try and set something up himself, and Adrian comes through to smack it in, but Donkers just floats along the goal line and blocks him, and Sinbad does the same. Right back over, and Bruck Danger looking to try and get this one away. He manages to get it into the corner. He manages to get it onto the hood of D-Scott, but D-Scott looking just to deliver this in, and it's going to get there off the front of Adrian, just taking it off the hood and smacking it in. A 1-goal lead now for Fresno State Red, and UCM need to try and tie it back up once again. Lay low, carries the ball off the pickup. He wants to try and just get it straight over and get it into this play. Sinbad blocking off against the fired off shot from the right wall, and Donkers with an opportunity to score perhaps, but not able to find the timing. It's right back over. Sinbad into the corner. Doesn't have any boost, but he wants to try and get himself back over into a position where his teammates can take a shot. Donkers fires off another, but it doesn't connect. Now it's back over. Bruck Danger tries to force the issue. Sinbad as well. They are able to keep this into the corner. They get it past 2 defenders, but now it's back over to Adrian. Back over towards mid. Lay low sees a shot. He sees an opportunity, and he smacks in a third. And just like that, Fresno State Red are leading 3-1, and they are showing that they are here to win. About 100 seconds to go, and UCM need to find 2 to get themselves back into overtime. Of course, we did get overtime in game number 1, so it would not be outside the realm of possibility to see us end up right back there. Sinbad goes up high, wants to just maintain possession. Donkers catches it on the ground and is now looking to try and set this up into a play himself. Gets it over into the corner, gets it over towards net, but it's quickly just killed by an orange defender. Quickly set back up over towards the blue net, and Adrian wants to try and smack one in, but it's not quite going to work. Sinbad has to go over, gets it back into the blue side of the pitch, or the orange side of the pitch, sorry, but Lay low, taking it immediately back into the blue, and he's playing this slow. There's no need to force this issue. You've got a minute left on the clock, and you know that you're leading by 2. He's just playing it slow, maintaining ball possession and killing down the clock. And Adrian back over to the wall. Bruck Danger below, trying to see if he can insert himself into the play. He can't quite, and Sinbad gets a very nice little ground pinch to get that ball away from net, but Donkers on the backboard, trying to look for any way to clear this. Lay low, just being a nuisance, keeping that ball in scoring potential, and Bruck Danger needs to find a way to get it away. We're in the final 30 seconds, still 2 goals needed to tie this one up, and Sinbad, he's trying to get the double touch, but Laylow's there. He touches it away immediately. D-Scott to follow this ball. It's back over towards mid. Adrian finds it, looking to try and deny anything, and Donkers over towards the net. Bruck Danger to follow. It's a ball a little bit high. Donkers doesn't connect onto it, and that's with 10 seconds to go. You're gonna be seeing Fresno State Red most likely taking this one away, but Donkers takes the ball. He air dribbles it in, and now we have 3 seconds left and an opportunity for UCM to tie this game up and get a buzzer beater overtime, but unfortunately it doesn't quite look like it's going to work out. But let's hold our horses. Oh, there it is, and it's going to be Fresno State Red. They take the second game and lead 2-0 on match point. The orange-sided Fresno State Red now leading 2-0 on match point. UCM need to get a reverse sweep to win this match, and we're going to see if they are capable of it. Sinbad sees a pass coming his way, goes forward to try and take the shot, but Lay low, he's given a full opportunity at the net, and nobody's back. Nobody from the Missouri side was ready for that shot to be hammered out. You could see all 3 of them trying to force in an early goal, and that allows Fresno to take this first oh so precious lead of the match. Now Adrian wants to play this one away. No boost. Donkers just going to touch it straight past him. D-Scott tries to pass that back over mid, and Donkers just keeping this in the air near the net. D-Scott touches it away. Bruck Danger wants to try and get himself back into the play, but now it's over towards the wall. Donkers just kills it back into his own side of the pitch, trying to see if perhaps he can just readjust, get the play going back again, but it's going to be hammered out, and the ball trapped over here in the Missouri side for a bit. D-Scout setting up a potential pass, and it is there. Lay low, can't quite find it inside the box, but it's still just back and forth. This orange ball going every which way. It actually gets hammered back towards their own net, and that one almost an own goal from halfway across the pitch, but it doesn't find its way in. Lay low wants to try and play this away as well, but Donkers steals, tries to set it up into a play himself, but back over towards the left wall. It's going to be lay low, going forward to take that fight. Sinbad wins it, but D. Scott is on the back line, sees the ball go low, sees Bruck trying to follow it up, just waits, and his patience is rewarded. The ball's allowed to go back over into the Missouri side, and still just fighting to see if they can find another goal here, or if it will be a breakaway from Missouri. Donkers finds it in the corner, setting up a potential center, and it is actually connect. Sinbad follows through with the shot. Bruck Danger tries to follow, but can't quite connect. It's not finding its way back towards net yet, but Donkers centering it up. Sinbad's there, expects a drop to come out from these orange side defenders, expects them to block off against that ball, and it's just not there. Nobody is able to find a way into this shot just yet. Nobody can get this goal breached, but Bruck Danger still trying his best. It's over towards the wall, lay low, just once again playing this slow, allowing the time to tick down. D. Scott tries to go up and meet Donkers in an aerial though, and that leads to the equality. UCM bite back immediately after that, and it's right back to a 1-1 game. Adrian finds this ball over on the wall, and at least now if you're on the UCM side, you can take a little bit of a sigh of relief. You've at least secured the overtime. You can kind of slow down if you want, try to transition back over into a more aggressive play style, and try to just find one more to take this game and get the reverse sweep underway. And oh, that one looked like it almost could find that one goal lead, but it doesn't quite connect. Lay low needs to try and bump this away. He does, but it's immediately met by a blue side defender. Bruck Danger just firing it back. 2 minutes to play with still, and all 6 of these players hunting this ball. They want to try and find that goal, and it's going to be Adrian looking to make an aerial play work from the side. It's going to be fired off. Doesn't quite connect, but Adrian's there for the follow-up, and that's that. Fresno State Red take the 3rd goal of the game and get themselves back into a 2-1 lead. Now Donkers over in mid goes forward to meet the ball. Now the pressure's back on UCM. They need to try and find another goal to equalize this, and Adrian's gonna come through from the ceiling and smack in a 3rd, making that gap just a little bit wider. 2 goals now needed, a very similar situation to back in game number 2. And we're going to have to see if that 2nd goal can be found before the 3-second mark, because that's really what ended up costing them at the end. There was just no real time to develop onto the aggression. But we're finding goal after goal being scored, and now Fresno's just threatening to close it out in 3. It's been such a close match so far, but here in the past 2 minutes of this last game, it has just been shot after shot out of Fresno, and lay low finds the ball again. Wants to try and get it in. It's not quite on yet, but D. Scott follows, and oh my gosh! 5-1, as now Fresno Red, they're looking just to lock the door and leave. They've gotten it down to a 2-0 lead in the series, and if they can hold on here, then they will, of course, be winning this match 3-0, and all. A 6th goal doesn't quite make its way in, but it's still fighting for it. And over there on UCM, you can see they're trying to find something, but as Adrian comes through and smacks in a 6th, it's gotta feel a little bit disheartening over there on the blue. It's been such a close match so far, but so many goals coming in such quick succession here in the final game of the series. They need to find 5 now in 50 seconds. And it's just not likely. Donkers, it's over into the corner. Bruck Danger needs to play this away. It's now back over towards Donkers, but Adrian able to reassert before he can, and it's going to be a wide open net. Is it going to find its way in? No, Donkers actually makes its way back there in time and manages to touch that one away right at the cusp of danger, but lay low catches a pass out of the corner, gets the Brazil on the board, and now with Fresno State leading 7-1, they're showing that they're just as strong as their non-red counterparts, and Fresno State Red is here to deliver. They're taking this game 3-0. We're getting a Rule 1 right at the end just to add on to that little level of sportsmanship. They're going to be holding that one, of course. Perhaps Sinbad can take advantage of this, see if he can win here against D. Scott. It's not quite going to work out, though, and that's it. UCM drop the final game, and Fresno State Red take a clean sweep 3-0. Kicking off into game one of the best of 5, we've got Florida Atlantic University on the blue, we have George Mason University on the orange, and we're straight into the first kickoff. Lom going up to try and see if he can slip in an early goal, but Kenny not going to allow it. Now it's back over. Benos wants to play this high, doesn't have the boost to go for any sort of aerial play though, so he's forced to drop off. It's back over. Hendo just lobbing it back over towards the right wall, and Ryguy wants to fire off a fast one, and that fast one's going to deliver the first goal. Great job from him and on the entire George Mason University side as they take the first goal. Bino's going to kill it over to the right wall. Lom able there to backboard a bit. Bat there as well. He wants to try and fire one off. It's just wide of net, but still nicely timed there out of the Florida side. It's now back over into this orange corner. Lom wanting to see if he can insert himself into the play, and he can. Ryguy tries to meet him on the wall, can't quite do it. Hendo to follow. Lom now here in the back line, wants to see if he can get something going, gets it over near the net, but 2 defenders in front of his car force him to get a little bit off angle. And now he's there in front of the net. Oh my goodness, Hendo able to sink, or Lom, sorry, able to sink in a nice goal. 1-1 now with only 1 minute expired in the game. Hendo backing up. Lom goes forward, takes an initial, or sorry, Lom going forward now to take a hit. That was, of course, Bat going up and losing his own life there in the process. Ryguy has to save that one back over towards the corner. He does. Lom now following this one up. It's over towards Hendo, and gets caught by Kenny and kept against the wall to deny any Freddy from Florida Atlantic from fighting their way back up into this one. Bat now trying to chase this one away. It's back over towards the orange corner, and Kenny plays, just trying to kill that towards mid. Now it's back over. Ryguy kills it high. Hendo to follow. Now it's back over. Benos actually can't get an initial touch on it. It's Ryguy to try to go for the clear. He does do so. Gets it back over towards midfield. Benos doesn't quite hit the connection. Kenny's there. Denies the follow-up hit. B now trying to chase this on the wall. He does find it. Wants to play this away, but it's stuck in this corner, as now you're seeing just a fight for the ball over near mid. Hendo chasing that one in as B hot on his wheels. Hendo still just trying to get this out of harm's way. But it's back over. Finds its way to Bat. Back to Hendo. Back to Benos now, deep now into the George Mason side. B's still trying to see if he can get anything away. Gets a ground pinch to start trying to play that out of the orange end, but quickly kept in the corner. Somehow, I believe 4 players fly by that ball, nobody able to get it away. Just a slow bouncing ball so close to the George Mason goal. For Florida, that has to be a weakness they're looking to exploit, but right now, low boost on the Florida side. They're trying to find a way to keep this ball out of harm's way, and they are able to do so. Kenny tries to fast follow that, not allowed by Hendo, and Bat's gonna boom the ball back over into the George Mason side. But Hendo catches it, sees Benos there. B fires off a shot, but Bat denies. Now it's back over. Kenny intercepting initially, but it's to Lom. He's trying to set this up, can't get it on target, but does manage to keep it near the net, and now it's Benos having to clear this away. Kenny doesn't quite hit his connection midair. Back over into the midfield now as Lom wants to follow this one out. He gets an initial touch. It's down over towards the orange corner. Bat following as well, a fast shot, but Kenny jumps up and denies. It's back to Hendo. He wants to set this back towards mid. Lom's there and waiting. He hits the connection, but Ryguy hits him and denies that shot. Bat back into it, hiring off a shot into the backboard, and Hendo's there to receive. Sees 3 defenders in his way and sees exactly where that ball's gonna bounce, and manages to jump himself up and slip in the second goal. So now with 70 seconds to go, the pressure on for George Mason. They need to try and find a second, and that's a beautiful way to do it. Smacked in right along the goal line, and a top left corner shot to secure up a 2-2 score line. But now Bat, he's immediately there off the kickoff. He gets a nice shot, but it's denied immediately, and it's dropping back towards mid. Hendo's there, fires off a shot, but it finds the top crossbar. Oh my goodness. What a close one there for Florida Atlantic. They're going to be kicking themselves a bit that that one didn't find a way in, but Bino's trying to get this ball away, has no boost to do it. Lom in mid goes up to try and take the initial touch, but now it's back over towards the mid drop. Lom still waiting along this goal line. B very close to having that ball land right onto his hood as he's driving in front of net, and Ryguy wants to follow as well. It's back to the blue corner. Back over towards Lom and towards Bino's. Ryguy now following up, trying to get this over into the corner and set up a midfield pass. He does. B's there to receive it, but it's killed to the right wall. It's only 12 seconds left in the match now, and both of these teams still tied up at 2-2. One goal could decide it. Bat setting it up, but Bino's denies. Now it's back over. Ryguy can't hit the connection, but this ball is chased onto the blue wall. Bino centers it up, and it drops in front of net, but nobody able to smack it in for the George Mason side, and with that we have overtime in game one. 2-2, golden goal. Whoever gets the next one will be coming away with this match win, and Bino's wants to set it up, and that's gonna be a banger. Ryguy smacks in the third, a hat trick for him and a hat trick for George Mason University as they take the first game. Jumping now into game 5, GMU taking game 1 by 1 goal, and now it's up to see, will Florida Atlantic be able to bite back and come back and equalize up the scoreline, or are we going to be seeing GMU get themselves up to match point? A quick shot gets hammered out, but Ryguy takes it, tries to get this back over into the Florida side, does get it very close to net, and Bino's not quite able to find a shot before the opportunity's gone. Now it's back over, Bat needs to take it, gets it deep over into the GMU side, and with low boost actually able to stay with that ball for quite a while, but Lom looking to see if he can get anything on board. He can't quite, but does manage to snag a demo, and that's a wide open net. The demo crucial, gets rid of that player that's looking to try and steal the ball away, and then that's just a wide open net. Nobody back to deny, and just like that, the first goal found by Florida Atlantic. Now it's back over. The ball back in their left corner. Hendo looking to try and get it away. Bino's going up to take a shot. Lom to follow. Now he is able to start getting it away. The ball rolling back over towards Hendo, who gets it into the orange-sided end, back over into this corner. Bino's trying to take it, gets it over, gets it centered. Kenny takes the shot, but it's just barely off. It's into the crossbar, and Ryguy tries to follow up to keep it centered, but it goes to the corner, and now you're seeing Hendo looking for an opportunity to try and slip that ball by. Not going to be allowed to. Bino's takes it. Now it's back over. Bat taking a hit over towards that right wall. Lom now to follow. Lobs it back towards net. Kenny plays following through as well, but Hendo's there. Gets it back into the orange corner. GMU still looking for a way to try and get in here and equalize up this game, but look at the aggression coming out of Florida Atlantic. They are just forcing this issue at every opportunity, and Lom an opportunity for a shot, but he finds the crossbar. Back over to Ryguy, back into this corner, and he's looking to see if they can find this away. Bat gets it back over, centers it up. Lom now to follow this out. Now Bat looking to see if he can get this away. He's not quite able to. It's now Hendo forced back near the end. Lom has to save that away from being a center, and now Hendo just underneath this ball. Lom and Bat trying to see if they'll be able to get themselves back into it, and Bat actually able to reassert, gets right in front of the net, and Hendo finds the ball, but a second too late. It bounces off, but Lom follows through and soars right above the goal to smack in the second, and just like that, Florida Atlantic going to be leading 2-0, but Ryguy, an early ball over towards this back line for Florida. They need to try and keep it away. Bino's takes a shot, it goes over towards that blue corner. Now it's just trying to get its way back towards center. Kenny gonna do that, but Lom intercepting, getting in the way, trying to keep it away. Ryguy takes a shot at tie, but a follow-up, oh, that finds the right crossbar. It's straight into the bottom right of net, and now Bino's, he's trying just to take advantage of the chaos. Gets it back over. Ryguy getting demoed, but Kenny's already here. Tries to slow his approach just to force off that defender, but too patient there on Florida. They're able still to get it away, and now the final 2 minutes about to be underway. We're seeing Florida Atlantic lead 2-0, and George Mason, they need to start trying to find this first goal. They've had so many shots that are just so close to going in and either saved by the crossbar or saved by one of these blue side players, but we know that they can get these shots on board. And we're waiting to see, will one come out here as we go into the final 100 seconds now. Beano's finds it, gets it back over towards net, but back quickly booms away. Kenny going up high, just wants to keep that ball from centering. He does. Ryguy to follow, but Lom intercepting. Kenny back on the wall, gets it back over towards the orange corner. Back over, Hendo taking it to the wall. Beano's to follow, wants to try to set this up into some sort of play, but with no boost, he has to just try and float his way onto the ball. He isn't quite able to do it, but his teammates are, and Kenny gets a quick pass back over to Ryguy, who fires off a shot, but a quick save comes through, and now only 70 seconds to play with the ball centering up in front of the GMU net, and that's a third getting smacked in and the second for Bat. And with 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock, Florida Atlantic are leading 3-0. Centering back up, and Beano's actually smacks in the first. GMU, they bite back. They close that door back down to 2, and with a minute left to play with, there is still an opportunity for them to fight their way back in here, especially off that, getting the ball so far right onto the backboard, but immediately it's boomed back and forced all the way back over into the GMU defense. Now, 45 seconds. It's back towards mid. Hendo just gonna lob it, but that's still back towards his own net. Beano's to follow, Kenny to follow, but this ball being kept over into the Florida end. And right now, they're going to just be looking to boom it away. And every single time one of these little fights happens, they're gonna be more than happy to take it because it just kills time. But that shot gonna secure up a fourth and rip that door wide open again. 3 goals once again separating these teams, and unfortunately for GMU, I think there is not enough time here for them to really come back, but Ryguy tries to fire one off. Beano's underneath, perhaps looking for a butt shot into the net, but Kenny now to follow. It's over towards mid. Hendo gonna intercept, and with only 10 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen, Florida Atlantic gonna be able to equalize up the series 1-1. They win this one out 4-1 and get themselves back up to an even playing field as we head in to game number 3. We find ourselves tied back up at 1-1, going now into game 3. The first kickoff underway. Lom up against Raj, actually, who's going to be subbing in here over for the GMU side. And now we're going to have to see, will this switch up allow them to retake the lead in this match? It's over towards Hendo, who does manage to get it over towards Lom, but immediately caught there near the ceiling. Bat to follow through, manages to fire off a shot, and unfortunately the final defender back caught in mid-air, and he finds himself out of the play and unfortunately unable to prevent that shot. Nicely timed out of the FAU side, and they managed to take the first here in game number 3. But it's back over towards mid. Hendo firing off another. Ryguy has to fly up near that top crossbar to touch it away, but he is able to salvage the 0-2 deficit and keep it at 0-1. And now GMU, they want to start a counterattack, but it's over into the blue corner, and Bat immediately gonna play this away. He gets it on net, but once again, Ryguy coming up huge in there, goes up and saves it identically to the last, hits it off that top crossbar, and manages to come back and get a goal for the trouble. Great work there out of the Ryguy side of GMU, and now we're gonna have to see, will this continue? We're all tied back up. Raj trying to see if there's any way he can get himself into this play. Hendo does take the shot, and Raj there to receive. Kenny trying to see if he can set this back down to a teammate. He does. Ryguy's there, but it's a lob back towards net, and Lom and Bat are already there, ready to get it away. Raj just gonna try to kill this one, get it onto his hood, see if he can do anything off the wall, but unfortunately wasn't quite able to grab that full boost in time, had nothing going up onto that wall, and wasn't really able to make any plays off of it. So now it's back over to Hendo on this right wall. He wants to try to get this underway. Raj just trying to stop it, and he does. He gets it over to Kenny, who's now just looking to try and get a counterattack right away. Ryguy back into the blue corner. Raj waiting to see if he can get himself back up onto the ball. He does. He kills it high, and Kenny actually goes through to try and maintain possession, keeps it with the wall, wants to try and dribble it in, and he does. He dribbles it all the way to the corner behind the defender and slips it into the net, and George Mason take the lead off of that. What a play out of Kenny plays, showing that Raj and Ryguy are not the only ones here to show up. Now it's back over. Hendo wanting to try and get this ball away, and Lom actually has to go forward to clear it. Ryguy to follow, does hammer it over towards that backboard, but Bat intercepting. A demo, though, onto the blue side defense means only Hendo's here, and the ball finds its way onto the backboard, and one extra touch does manage to get it away. We're at the halftime mark now, and GMU leading 2-1 now. 3 goals scored so far in game number 3, and Raj perhaps looking for the 4th, but not quite able to make it there. Stolen away quickly, and now Bat just looking to clear it away once again, but Ryguy's setting up. Hendo waiting to see if he can deny the angle. The shot doesn't hammer out, and Lom just takes it over to the right wall. Now looking to see if he can play this away. Ryguy catches a perfect pass. I thought for sure that ball was going to be denied. You thought surely there's no way that this ball is going to make it past 2 defenders, but Ryguy delivers it into the box, and with it, apologies, my AC's making some noise, but we are certainly going to have a 3-1 game now, as FAU, they need to find 2 more goals to try and equalize this one out. And GMU doing great work to keep the momentum, but Hendo goes all the way in the back, demos a goalie, and makes it an easy shot in to get the scoreline back to 2-3. GMU still leading by 1, but Florida looking to see if they can close that gap. Hendo and Lom trying to make a play work into the net, isn't quite able to find it, but it's back towards Kenny in mid, who wants to just keep this over against the Florida backline. As long as they can just keep pressuring these shots, keep forcing Florida to play their pace of game, then this could certainly still just be a held on to game from GMU, but they know that only being within 1, these Florida players are certainly able to hit some shots. Kenny has to deny, and Raj, fast to follow, actually gets it away in really fast speed and manages to open up another play. Kenny can't quite connect. Ryguy there to follow, lobs it in, but Hendo goes up to deny. A little bit of the shoe being on the other foot there. Ryguy denying so many early on, and finally Hendo has to just shut him down for once. It's back over. Kenny wants to try and set something up, ends up hitting it a little farther back than he'd intend, but Raj is ready for it. It's back over into the corner, trying to follow this through. He is able to get it back over towards Ryguy, but no connection. Kenny has to back up, not allow this goal to be wide open, and he does just chase this ball onto the corner, managing to get it away. Raj trying to catch it. He touches it back mid. Lom killing it back over towards this orange corner. Kenny trying again just to pressure the issue, but with no boost. He has to grab the mid full. He is able to, but Bat and Hendo want to play this ball away. 15 seconds to go, and a goal here from FAU would mean overtime in game number 3. So GMU trying to hold on to it, trying to make sure this ball doesn't escape from the blue side of the pitch. Bat, Lom, Hendo, all of them are hunting for it. Bat finding the ball. He's near the net, but it gets boomed away. Raj wants to kill it. It's going to get kept up slightly by Kenny, but it touches the ground, and GMU take match point 2-1. Jumping into game 4, George Mason now leading 2-1, looking to try to close it out here in game number 4. The kickoff already going over, and Raj trying to take a strong hit straight at that net, but it doesn't connect. Kenny now back over, getting it back to Ryguy, who's the only defensive backer here for these players of the George Mason side. Raj trying to go up and take that initial hit. He does. Bat has to touch it back towards mid. It's going to be a pogo shot back over towards the George Mason goal. It's quickly denied by Ryguy, and now he's looking to try and get it out, trying to set up a teammate, but Lob's waiting for it. He gets a double touch off the wall. Kenny's still waiting back over. He is going to be able to push now up into the corner. He takes an initial hit. Bat not able to connect, but Raj was trying to play it off him, so both players not going to be able to connect, and now Kenny having to try to find something here on the ramp. He manages to touch it past Hendo, and Ryguy actually gets off the ball to allow Raj to fight, but Raj, no connection. He was there getting off to allow Ryguy, so now it's a little bit fragmented here on the GMU side. They're trying to regroup, restructure, fight their way back in, and FAU just playing it patient. They're looking for their opportunity to strike. Bat, they have it over on the right wall. Lom gonna kill it, looks to try and dribble it upfield, back going for a demo, not gonna connect, but Raj here catches the ball midfield, going to be able to send it back over into the Florida corner. Kenny just floating beneath, trying to see if any opportunity is gonna open up. Lom finds the ball, that's a lob, but it doesn't make its way in, and Bat trying to follow up fast with the shot, but Ryguy touches it away in time. Raj kills it into the corner. Gonna be able to be followed up by Ryguy, but quickly touched away, and now Kenny catches it over on his own wall. Bat goes up to meet him, and now Lom's here in a 1v1 against Ryguy in the corner. Finds its way back mid. Bat getting an additional hit just to send it back over to Hendo, but unfortunately for them, GMU finds a wide open net. They try to take advantage of it, but without too many players over in that side of the pitch, they're not too successful. All three, actually, of the GMU players over now onto that right wall. You're seeing Ryguy wants to try to reassert himself. It's back over. He gets a demo, but the ball's deep into his own end. Lom needs to try and find a way to center this up. Hendo now getting the ball. Finds it over onto the backboard, but it's quickly touched away. Now it's back over. Ryguy wants to touch it deep back into the Florida side. He does, and Bat wants to get it away. He doesn't quite succeed in that, but Hendo to follow, and actually Ryguy, an accidental touch right back over towards his net, but Lom, he wants to keep this in play. Can't quite hit the connection, but Bat can. Back over, not quite on, and Kenny gets off that ball just in time. It goes into the crossbar. Bat now sending it back over towards mid. Lom ready to receive. Bat trying to set something up. He gets it on, but two defenders passing it between themselves to get the clear, and now Hendo needs to get it out of his own end. He does. Gets it back over the midfield line. Ryguy to catch, but he pinches it off the hood, and now he's just looking to secure. Two defenders go back to try and deny that man, but nobody able to do it. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard, and you can see every single one of these players has been in the action. But of course, Florida, the only side with a goal currently. Only one. Plenty of time to equalize, and with a defensive demo, that's going to be dangerous there for Florida, but they're able to touch it away. Hendo even turning in the midfield to get himself back onto this ball, but with low boost, he has to try to do a little bit of pre-jumping, try to position himself, and he's not quite able to get the ball past, but he's able to delay the clear. And now it's back over to Kenny. He's on the left wall. It's quickly past Bat. It's quickly past two. Lom has to go up to clear it, and he does. It's back to the orange corner. George Mason, they need to try and find a way to fight into the Florida end, because this game they have looked fragmented. They do not seem to be that one cohesive unit we've been seeing throughout so much of the match, and Florida looking to take advantage of this. They get a ball back towards net. Hendo turning, he wants to try and play this, but he sets it up for Ryguy, gets it over to Raj, who doesn't quite have the boost to play that out, gets it further into the corner, but that's about it. Kenny to follow, kills it to the ceiling. Hendo waiting in net, the ball's coming his way, and he's just gonna boom it away. Hendo goes up, meets him. Kenny to follow. Now it's into the corner, and with a demo there onto one of the aggressors, that's going to allow this defense for GMU to fight a little bit further back over into the blue side of the pitch. They only have 30 seconds left, and they need to find one goal here just to get themselves into overtime. Florida, they struck first, and they have been holding on to it ever since. Hendo gets it back towards mid, and this could be a setup for another Florida goal. They're trying to find the angle, and Lom just backs up to try to get to the ball, but it's a miss. Nobody there though for George Mason, and nobody able to take advantage of that split-second opportunity. And Kenny, he tries to clear the ball away, tries to keep it offensive, and just ends up backing it into his own goal. Unfortunate there on the defensive line for George Mason University, but Florida, they hold strong, and we're gonna see FAU go all the way to Game 5 to figure out the winner of this tense match. Fought our way to a Game 5, and now this is the only thing that matters for these two teams. Whoever wins this one comes away with the win in the match, and Hendo wants to try and smack in an early goal. And just like that, 5 seconds into the ultimate decider, and that is it. FAU take a 1-0 lead straight off the bat, straight off a kickoff goal, but Ryguy might just get it right back over to Raj. And it only takes 6 seconds for GMU to equalize. So all right, We'll go ahead and disregard the first 11 seconds, but maybe not. Raj might come in here with another, but Bat saves, floats along that goal line and keeps it away, and Lom has to go up to deny Ryguy's shot as well. Each of these players is just shooting and trying to make sure they get their team the edge going into the rest of this game, and oh, that one gets boomed away by the crossbar. Raj now has to play this out of his own defensive line, and Lom almost manages to slip it in, but gets corralled away, and now Raj gets it back over into the Florida corner. Lom keeps it towards mid, wants to try and go forward and force the issue, and it gets sent sky high. It's back over. Oh, Hendo already falling back, has to defend the goal, of course, can't follow through with any sort of last second shot, but now it's just going to be another counterattack. Hendo getting this deep back over into the George Mason side. Lom waiting towards mid, but Bat's waiting closer, and Bat is just waiting for that ball to be slid in front of him as it gets touched over the line and gets a 2-1 lead straight back towards Florida Atlantic University. Hendo deep here into enemy lines, but Bat finding the ball over on the wall. This is a dangerous situation, but good mechanics from Lom to be able to get that ball away safely. Bat now looking to try and clear, but Ryguy's trying to control this action. You can see a little tussle happening over in the Florida corner as well, but that doesn't end up allowing the goal to be weak enough to just be slapped in here right in front of it. And now Lom finding the ball over towards mid, perhaps finding a shot, trying to just slip it over those final defenders, but with the whole George Mason team already back, not gonna find its way through, and now Hendo wants to try and play this one into the orange. He does, but Raj goes up to meet him. Oh my goodness, another demo gonna be coming out as well, and that shuts, I believe that was Bat out of the play. It might have been Lom. And now you're seeing it's just Beanos who is able to deliver in spades. Comes up here and smacks in the second goal to tie this match back up. Now, an important note that we didn't get to mention, of course, until about now, just so much action happening. Kenny Plays actually being subbed back out for Beanos. So perhaps GMU hoping that if they change up the lineup here in game number 5, they can throw enough of a wrench into the works to make sure they clinch this match. And Lom wants to try and change that. He wants to try and air dribble this in from across the pitch, but it's not going to work out. We're now at the halftime mark. It's 2-2. It's essentially anyone's game still, and the first team to, of course, take the next goal will have a massive advantage. They'll be on match point if they can claim it. And Bat looking to be the 1-2. He gets it over. It's over to the backboard. Beanos tries to read it over here on the wall. He does. Hendo kills it mid. Now it's back over. Raj just touching it over into this blue corner. Lom to come up and try to take a shot. And Ryguy just keeping himself under that ball until Beanos can come forward and take possession. But Hendo fighting this straight back over. Ryguy a pass towards mid. Ryguy also trying to see if he can get any sort of demo there, but Hendo not going to get demoed and taking the ball straight back into the George Mason side. Oh, and Lom firing off a shot, but it finds the crossbar, and no advantage found yet. It's back over. Ryguy in the corner, finding the ball, trying to dribble it out. He is able to get that ball back over towards the ceiling, denies Hendo a shot, but not denying a center. It's Raj that has to do that, catches the ball low, manages to keep it away, and now we're into the final 90 seconds of gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 2-2 scoreline, and of course 2-2 in the match. The next goal could just decide everything, and we have to see which of these 6 players will be the one to strike first. Lom fires off a shot, but it's a bit too slow. Beanos catches and shoots it away. Now it's back over. Ryguy trying to set up an offensive play. That's past all 3 defensive players, and Bat there to receive. It's over. It's a bit high. Hendo to follow, though, and he's going to sink it in. 56 seconds to go, and a little bit of a mistake coming out of George Mason opens up a slight window of opportunity, and Florida Atlantic used that to strike in. 50 seconds to go. 1 goal separating these 2 teams. And now it is, of course, right back down. A funny thing to mention is that 3-2 is actually the scoreline of both of the George Mason wins that they've had. So Florida holds on to this and is able to kill it with this 3-2 scoreline. That would quite be the, well, that'd just be a little bit of foreshadowing 20 seconds to go, and you can tell George Mason, they're getting a little desperate. They need to try and find some sort of advantage deep here into the Florida side. They are able to start getting a shot on board. It's over towards mid. Guy touches it over towards the right wall. Lom wants to play this back over into the box. There's only 5 seconds. The ball's over towards mid. Back kills it to the corner. It's lobbed in front of the George Mason goal, and ladies and gentlemen, that just might do it. That might be it. And as the ball hits the ground, FAU is going to triumph over George Mason University 3-2. Great games on the pitch. We saw Fresno State Red take a sweep against the University of Central Missouri, but don't let that scoreline fool you, because it was a close match the whole way through. And on the other end, we had Florida Atlantic University winning in a nail-biting Game 5 against George Mason University. Some real great games we got to see on the pitch. Excited to see where these teams go as we progress further here into this season. And I, for one, am excited to see who we're going to have next week. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.